When a lot of people hear about eminent domain, they ask, how can this happen? This is America. The government can't just take your property, can they? Well, they can, and they do. The power of eminent domain is the power of the government to take private property for public use, even against the will of the property owner. The power has been around for centuries, much longer than the United States government, in fact. At least in the United States, the Constitution provides that property owners are entitled to just compensation and that property can only be taken for a public use. And in California, business owners are entitled to make a claim for business goodwill. Now, what constitutes a public use is often the subject of dispute, and what is just compensation is almost always in dispute. As a general proposition, a public use doesn't necessarily need to be something that's open to the public, like a library or a freeway or a city hall, though those certainly are traditional uses of eminent domain and usually proper uses of eminent domain. Instead, what the courts have held is that only a public benefit is required. So, in one case, for example, the U.S. Supreme Court even held that a government could take private property and turn it over to a private developer just to raise tax revenues. So sometimes a challenge to the right to take can be made. It's not the norm. Usually you're going to fight about compensation. In any case, you should always consult with an experienced, knowledgeable, eminent domain attorney so you can find out what your rights really are and get some advice on how you should proceed.